Hello my lovely viewers, welcome back to Kappa's Messy Kitchen. As I have a tremendous sweet tooth, I have in my collection quite a few recipes that require no skill, no time and not too many ingredients, and this is one of those recipes. And I can assure you it's delicious, and you definitely need this one if you really need something sweet in no time and something delicious in no time. This is the recipe for you. And since we now have an abundance of delicious fresh fruit, and by the way I'm using frozen cherries because I couldn't get sour cherries fresh anywhere, and it is just unbelievable shame. But you definitely use fresh fruit, any soft fruit will do, raspberries, strawberries, apricots, peaches, anything that you want. It will work absolutely beautiful in that cake. And the magic and the most important thing about this cake is that it's fluffy, soft and just melt in your mouth, delicious. So bear with me, and we are going to make it right now. To start off our cake, we are going to need to separate our eggs, of course egg yolks from egg whites, and we need 4 eggs. So let's change the bowls. So egg whites to one bowl, egg yolks to another. Our eggs being separated, now we are going to whip I'm going to whip my egg whites. While whipping, I'm going to add half a cup of custard sugar to them. So when I'm sure that my egg whites are beautifully whipped, I can move on with my egg yolks, and there's no need to washing the beaters. So to my egg yolks I need to add another half a cup of custard sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla bean paste or vanilla extract, or any extract that you'd like to use. I think almond or orange would work beautifully in this cake. Let me scrape that out, it's too precious to put it into the sink. Okay, let me start with whipping those. Egg yolks are now definitely paler, they did gain some volume, and now it's the time to add to them my oil, and it's a whole cup of vegetable oil. And I'm going to keep on mixing while adding my oil, and it's going to form like nice thick kind of mayonnaise consistency. And here is my lovely thick mayo-like egg mixture, and now it's time to add my milk, and that's simply half of full fat milk, and again gentle mix. And now we can proceed with our dry ingredients, but I'm not going to use mixer anymore for that purpose. And I'm going to need 2.5 cup of plain flour and 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and I'm going to sieve it straight into my egg mixture. And let's just stir the flour in slowly, letting it absorb the moisture. And as always with the cakes like this, you don't want to over mix the dough and don't produce too much gluten, so we mix only until all the ingredients are combined. And now is the time to stop and add my egg whites, and we're going to add them in 2 parts. First, merely to loosen up the dough, and second portion to make it really fluffy. And again, we don't want to over mix it, so the egg whites don't deflate too much. Only mix until there are no white flecks of unmixed egg whites visible. And that's the moment to transfer it into my baking dish, and I have my baking tray already buttered, and I've put some coconut flour because I'm going to put the coconut crumb on top, so I sprinkle some coconut flour on the bottom and on the sides on the pan as well, so the cake does not stick. And here is the time when we need to act quite quickly, because I don't want the cake to inflate, but I still want to make a crumb topping for it, so this is to be put aside. I'll have now my 1/3 of a cup of plain flour, and I'm gonna add 1/3 of a cup of coconut flour, oh my god, yeah, it's 1/3 of a cup. Close your eyes, you haven't seen it, I haven't seen it, we're all good, it will all work out beautifully. And now we're gonna need some butter to bind everything together. And that should do. So, as always, rub, rub, rub. I believe that my crumb topping is now ready, so I'll just quickly rinse off my hand and get the cake ready to get into the oven. I could not also bear the dirt, so I allowed myself to clean up a little bit. So here are my cherries, 300 grams of them, and I'm going to just drop them on top of the cake and hope they won't sink, but I'm pretty sure they will. Of course, when you're using frozen fruit, you need to defrost them and drain them first before using. This looks delicious enough as it is, but now we can add our crumble on top. And now the cake is ready to go into the oven, and it's going to bake for about 40 minutes in 180 degrees Celsius until it's beautifully golden and smells amazing. And here it is, my lovely cake. If you watched closely enough, you will notice that I've actually forgot to add sugar to my crumb topping, but there is nothing that can be saved, so here it is, deliberately sprinkled with powdered sugar and ready to be enjoyed. So go ahead guys, if you'd like to try it, make it yourself and enjoy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!